The Rolex GMT-Master II 116710LN is one of the early examples of the 6-digit GMT-Master II released in 2007. It was actually the third example to be exact. Prior to that, the first 6-digit GMT-Master II was the 116718LN, which was released in 2005 and made in 18-karat yellow gold. In the following year, in 2006, Rolex released a two-tone version, 116713LN. This reference, however, was the stainless steel version that a lot of people anticipated in Basel World 2007. It was the first stainless steel to feature Rolex's Cerachrome bezel, an in-house developed ceramic insert that's practically scratch-proof and highly resistant to UV, unlike their older aluminum bezels. This was the start of Rolex's shift to modern durability and styling. Eventually, this model was discontinued in 2018 and replaced with a new generation of the GMT-Master II featuring a newer movement. And typically, once Rolex discontinues a watch, it starts to become a lot more desirable amongst collectors. However, this one, not so much, and I'll tell you why a little later. So going back to this watch, it is a 40mm case diameter, thickness of 12mm, lug width of 20mm, lug to lug of 47.9mm. The end links are male end links, so therefore the distance between those two are 51mm. Bracelet has a good taper from 20mm down to 15.4mm. The material is made from 904L oyster steel, water resistant to 100 meters, and inside has the Rolex caliber 3186. The case features the supercase profile, and the GMT-Master II range was the first to feature this. It was noticeably chunkier with beefier lugs and bigger crown guards. It was Rolex's answer to making their watches larger to keep up with the trend at the time. The all-black Cerachrome bezel insert is engraved with a 24-hour scale, letting you track a second or even a third time zone with its bi-directional operation. And you might be wondering if there was a bi-colored Cerachrome version around this time, and the answer is no. It seemed that Rolex had some trouble creating a two-tone bezel on their new ceramic material. Rolex eventually figured it out and released the 116710 BLNR, the blue and black bezel, in 2013. This watch also features the maxi dial, which was first released on the green bezel Submariner, the Kermit. I reviewed this watch a few months back, so be sure to check that out in the description below to see the first issued Rolex maxi dial. They call it the maxi dial because it comes with larger indices and bigger hands, and if you pair that with the super case, the proportions become much better and increase the watch's legibility. Not only that, you now get more real estate for Rolex to apply their Superluminova luminous material, which glows green. The dial also features a green GMT hand with the green GMT-Master II text, which is a nice quirky feature that collectors love to see. Another upgrade with this reference is the use of a trip-lock crown instead of the older twin-lock design from its predecessor. You would think it has the same water resistance as the Submariner, which is rated for 200 meters, but Rolex kept its water resistance to 100 meters. Not a big deal since this is a pilot's watch, not a dive watch. The movement inside is the in-house caliber 3186, an upgrade from the previous 3185. This movement has 48 hours of power reserve. It has an updated jumping hour mechanism with the addition of their proprietary blue parachrome hairspring, which is said to be anti-magnetic, more shock resistant, and resistant to temperature changes. The bracelet is another feature that deserves somewhat of a praise with this reference. It was released with the sporty 3-link oyster bracelet with polished center links. Rolex has modernized the bracelet by including all solid links, making the bracelet feel much more substantial. It also introduced the Easy Link extension system that changes the length by 5mm. My issue with this bracelet, however, is the fact that it has 4 fixed links at the 6 o'clock side. It's the same issue I had with the Explorer 2 16570 and the Tudor Black Bay 41. By having 4 fixed links, you're essentially stuck with having 5 links at a minimum. For those with slim wrists, such as myself, it's hard to get the clasp to be centered at the bottom of your wrist because of the length of those 5 links. Here's a bracelet with 4 links versus this bracelet with 5 links. Notice how the clasp is better centered with 4 links than 5. Some people don't think this is a big deal, but this would trigger my OCD. If you look at modern Rolex bracelets these days, they started producing them with 3 fixed links, which leaves you with a minimum of 4 links. On the wrist, aside from the bracelet issue, the watch is going to wear nice and low with its slim profile of 12 millimeters. It's a very slim watch for a GMT and will slide easily under your cuff. It is extremely versatile at 40 millimeters, and the fact that it's all black matches with just about anything in your wardrobe. The weight feels substantial without being burdensome. The bezel action is of course top-notch. It glides into each detent with precision and has enough resistance to avoid accidental movement. My only cons to this watch are the aforementioned bracelet issue and the lack of AR coating on the crystal. The Cyclops has always had anti-reflective material, but the main crystal never did until recently. And to be honest, I'm being nitpicky with this one. It's only because I compared this to my Submariner date, 126610, and it's obvious that the Sub has much better clarity than this GMT-Master II, but comparison is the thief of joy. This 116710 is still a great legible watch, and you'll still enjoy looking at all the details inside. For a watch that was released in 2007, the many upgrades they made still makes it feel like a modern Rolex timepiece as of today. I think the only reason it isn't as popular as the Batman or the Pepsi is because it's very similar to the Submariner date. I think collectors want to have a bi-colored bezel when it comes to the GMT-Master II and leave the all black to the Submariner, but that's just my opinion. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this watch. Do you think prices will climb to the heights of the Batman or the Pepsi, or is it simply a bust? I'd love to see your comments down below. Until next time, thanks for watching.